What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today so I go through some stuff that I picked up in the Easter HMV sale, and also I got a parcel from the Arrow Video Easter sale. So yes, as you probably know, Arrow had a big sale on over Easter, and I had to indulge, as you do, right? Always like waiting for them to reduce in price because I'm a cheap bastard in that regard, but I digress. But first, before we open that parcel from Arrow Video, we're going to have a look at these Blu-rays I picked up from HMV. I went to HMV to have a little browse about, it was Sophie's birthday, so she wanted to go and have a look in there as well. So we both had a good old nose in HMV, and we picked up some titles. So when we walked in, we went straight to the 4K and straight to the Arrow section, had a look there, then came back round and we found this section where it's just a big reduction sale of Blu-rays and DVDs. And I found a film that I've wanted to check out for a while. I had the DVD a long time ago and I got rid of it. I never actually got around to watching it. That's a little film on the 101 label called Dolls. This is an 1980s 80. This is a 1980s kind of horror kind of comedy. It's got a very weird tone in this movie. Me and Sophie watched this recently. Not sure how I feel about it. This was only $2.99 brand new in HMV on their big sale section that they had, and I thought I'd pick it up for $2.99. Didn't mind picking it up. Watched it recently, and yeah, the tone is a bit odd. Like, it tries to be super serious in places, but also it tries to be kind of weird and odd and a bit comedic in others. I felt like it had a bit of a tonal inconsistency that kind of put me off of it a little bit. This couple and this little girl getting lost in a storm. They get stuck in the mud. Their car gets stuck in the mud, and they take refuge in this old house where this old couple live. And it's basically about this little girl can see and hear these dolls or somewhat of living things in different rooms, and she witnesses a character get taken away by these little dolls, and she's trying to warn the other people in the house. Typical horror fare in that regard, but yeah, like I said, it's got tonal inconsistency that kind of took me in and out of the movie. It didn't really kind of hold my attention that much, and I felt like it was a bit of a snooze fest in terms of its storytelling. What it does excel at, in my opinion, this movie, is the practical effects. I thought it was very well done, very cool effects for the time, and I think that is the one reason why you would want to check this film out for yourself, is if you are a lover of 80s horror practical effects. I think Dolls is one of the ones that is really up there in terms of, I'm really surprised how some of this was done. For the time, it's really impressive practical effects in this movie, and I recommend you watch it just for that. But as for a story, and as for a horror, didn't really cut it for me 100%, but I am definitely going to keep this in my collection, and I'm going to give it a rewatch to see if I might find a more of a time where it does click for me. But for a first watch, it didn't entirely click for me, but the takeaway is the practical effects of this film were great. So that's Dolls. Next up is a film that I have openly mentioned my kind of not hatred but disliking of this movie, and that is a film called The Burning. Yes, so I bought this again. You might think to yourself,
Jason, I thought you disliked this movie. You didn't like it. Your words were, The Burning is shit.
Yes, I did say that. It's on record on numerous streams I've done. The Burning is shit. I've said it. I'm not going to hide it away. I don't like this movie, and I've only seen it once. That first time was not a good time. But just like Dolls, this didn't click the first time, but I'm going to give it a rewatch. And I thought, when this was reduced to $8.99 in HMV for the Easter sale, I thought it was a good ample time to pick it up and give it a second shot. I am optimistic about this rewatch because I know loads of people love this movie as a standalone slasher film from the 80s. I didn't like it on my first watch. That was a while ago. Maybe it could surprise me on a rewatch. Who knows? That's The Burning. Next up is a film that I bought on a recommendation from Mondo Chevek Movies, John. I remember him talking about this film on one of his videos. I forget what video it was. I think he picked it up at the beginning of the year. It's a Toby Hooper movie, and it is a film called Eaten Alive, about a serial killer who feeds his victims to crocodiles or alligators. I don't know which is which, but I remember seeing this cover art when John showed it off, and I thought the cover art was amazing. It really sold me on the film. Anyway, like, it just sounds like a really fun movie. I've not seen it yet. I do look forward to checking it out. I do love that cover art. I like the concept. It sounds quite fun for a slasher film. When did this come out? This is a 70s slasher movie, so it could be one of those really kind of hidden kind of originators of the slasher genre. It could be one of those early ones. So this might be a pretty good old fun. I'm not sure if it predates Texas Chainsaw. It could do, or it could have been something he did immediately after. You can let me know in the comments, but that's Eaten Alive. So those were the ones I picked, the films I picked up in HMV in their Easter sale. Now we've got a little parcel to open from Arrow Video, where I ordered a few things in their Easter sale directly from them. So yeah, I'm going to open this up and we'll cut to what I picked up. So the first title I picked up from the Arrow Easter sale is a title that I've wanted to pick up on Blu-ray for a while. I had the Anchor Bay DVD of this title, and that would be a film called Nightmare City. A very entertaining zombie movie that I really recommend everyone checking out. You may remember me talking about how I dislike the ending, because the ending is kind of infuriating to me, but I can imagine on a rewatch it wouldn't be so bad, because you know it's coming for one, and you probably could just relax and get into the movie for what it is. But yeah, Nightmare City, crazy fun zombie film. Zombies that basically will rip you to pieces in this film. They're not just your regular shambling zombies. They use knives, they use all sorts of implements to cause you the most harm. It is a crazy movie. It goes about 100 miles an hour. It's a very fast-paced film. It's really entertaining, and yeah, I really like this commissioned artwork on this Blu-ray as well. So when I knew this was on sale, I had to pick this up because I've been after this for a while. It's not one you really see very often in stores like HMV, for example. I don't see this about, so it was nice to see that they had it in stock at Arrow Video's website, and it was $8.99, so I had to pick this up. So yeah, that's Nightmare City. Next up is a film that was recommended to me by Soph. She watched it fairly recently, and she recommended it. She said it'd probably be right up my street. It's got a sticker over the front. Let me take the sticker off. There we go. And that film is a film called The Boondock Saints. Heard pretty good things about this movie. I sort of know somewhat of the premise, and yeah, it sounds pretty interesting to me. But yeah, this is just a no-brainer for me. Sophie recommended it. We have got a very similar taste in movies to a point, and I thought if she's recommending this to me, I probably will like it. So that's The Boondock Saints. It's got normal readers and Willem Dafoe in it, so it should be a good time. Let me know if you've seen this one. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Really am. It should be a good one. The final pickup is a set that I've been after for a while. I was hoping I could pick it up in like CEX somewhere and get it with vouchers, but I couldn't find it anywhere. When I saw it was on sale, I think it had like £10 off. I think it was like £35 reduced to like £25 on the Arrow store. I had to pick it up. It's a film that I didn't initially like on the first watch, but I gave it a second watch and really enjoyed it. That's why I want to give films like Dolls and The Burning a second go, because my opinion may change with those second viewings. But yeah, the film I'm talking about and the set that I bought is the 4K limited edition set of the bird with the crystal plumage. Yeah, I kind of adore this film. It's crazy. Like, I watched like maybe halfway through on the first watch. It wasn't clicking for me at that time, and I just turned it off and kind of put it aside. But then I decided to give it a proper rewatch and really try and invest myself in this murder mystery, and it absolutely captivated me, and I was really eager to see where the story was going and what revelations will all come about in this story. It's just a wonderful movie. Dario Argento, giallo murder mystery, just really well paced. It's kind of a slow burn, but it's like purposely well paced like that. And I think it's a wonderful film. Looking forward to checking out the 4K transfer. I know that John from Mondo Chervek did say to me that the upgrade isn't massive, but it's still the best it's ever looked. So I'm looking forward to giving this a rewatch in its best kind of clarity that you probably could get with this film. But yeah, that is the Bird with the Crystal Plumage limited 4K set. Really looking forward to rewatching this, and yeah, I'm really happy to add it to my collection. So yeah, let me know if you've seen this one. Really like this. It's probably my favourite Dario Argento movie when it concerns films he's directed. I think this is probably his best film. I have yet to see Deep Red, but I do want to pick up the 4K set of that at some point. So yeah, anyway, that's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, a great murder mystery, a wonderful giallo film that I recommend everyone to check out. It's really, really good. So that is it, guys. That is all the pickups I have attained through the Arrow Easter sale, and of course some through the HMV sale as well. Let me know what Arrow pickups you grabbed in the Easter sale, and whether or not you enjoy the films I picked up as well. Let me know if you like Dolls, a film that I generally felt on that first watch was kind of tonally inconsistent, but again, with a rewatch, it may sway me to enjoy it more. Anyway, guys, as always, I have been Jason. And as always, if you like what you see on this channel, there's probably going to be another video that you can watch right about here. Give it a click, give it a watch, give it a like, and maybe subscribe. See you later.